Unit 3. Recording 1.
It's amazing how many films are adapted from books, isn't it?
Well, I guess it's easier than the film directors coming up with the ideas themselves. It's probably not that easy to write a screenplay from scratch.
True. Far easier to base one on something that's already been written.
What would you say are your favourites, then?
Wow, there's so many. Let me think.
One of my all-time favourites is Blade Runner. I remember watching that when I was just a teenager. It's like an amazing futuristic vision, and the story is like a unique combination of film noir and science fiction.
Who wrote the book again?
It was Philip K. Dick. The original book was called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? But I never read it, and Blade Runner was only influenced by it a little.
And Harrison Ford is great in it, isn't he?
Yeah, amazing. It's a wonderful movie.
Changing genres, I love that wartime romance. What was it called? The English Patient, starring Ralph Fiennes. It won the Oscar for Best Picture, if I'm not mistaken. It was based on a beautiful story by author Michael Ondaatje. Ondaatje worked very closely with the filmmakers and screenplay writer, and you can tell because the complex, poetic quality that you find in the book is reflected and even expanded on in the movie to great effect. It's a wonderful film, very moving.
You know, I never saw it. I should do. That's a quite famous example, but, you know, there are some films that people don't know are based on novels at all. For example, did you know that Alfred Hitchcock's most famous suspense thriller, Psycho, was based on the novel of the same name by an unknown author called Robert Bloch? You know, the story goes that Hitchcock ordered his assistant to buy up lots of copies of the novel to stop people reading it and discovering the ending. It's funny, isn't it? The scenes from that movie, like the shower scene, the ones that really stick in our minds, we imagine these were all Hitchcock's invention, but they were actually all there in the original book.
Wow, just thinking about that film scares me.
I know. How about a funnier film to finish with?
Well, you started with a film that you saw as a teen. Can you think of one you saw as a kid?
Well, there was Disney's The Jungle Book.
Oh, yes, and based on stories by Rudyard Kipling. I remember that those stories were quite dark, of course, but Disney didn't want that in his film, which was for kids, so the whole thing is much more fun. I remember the songs were great.
Did Walt Disney direct it himself?
I think he produced it. It was the last film he made before he died, you know.